So this afternoon, I'm driving home and I heard the story about the Congressional Black Caucus giving an endorsement to Hillary Clinton. And let me just say from the outset, this is not an endorsement of one candidate or another. In no way does it mean that I'm telling you to go in one direction or another. I am trying to say that we need to be very careful about the narratives that we allow to run and the narratives that we allow to take hold in our community. Um, so essentially, we had the report that the Congressional Black Caucus PAC endorsed Hillary Clinton today and made some pretty interesting remarks. So now, why is this important? First of all, what's the Congressional Black Caucus? That is a group of African Americans, 46 African Americans that are in Congress. And so they are supposed to be working legislatively to impact issues that are most important to their demographic, which is African Americans. Which is why the name is the Congressional Black Caucus. Okay, so we didn't get an endorsement from the Congressional Black Caucus. Instead, we got an endorsement today in February from the Congressional Black Caucus PAC. Now, the PAC is the organization that does fundraising for supposedly the Congressional Black Caucus, right? And issues that they're concerned about. So explain to me then why the members of that PAC include a lobbyist from Purdue Pharma, which is the maker of Oxycontin, a member of Navient, which is a student loan organization that as anybody who has been to college, you know, if you're paying back student loans, you're paying it back to Navient, whose stock prices a few weeks ago were in the tank because most people believe that the next bubble is because of student loans. You know, we'll deal with that at another point. Another individual who's a lobbyist that represents tobacco makers, one of them being Newport Cigarettes. There's a gentleman on the board who represents Philip Morris, and for years he represented, and I'm going to say this one real slow, the Corrections Corporation of America. I'll actually say it again. The Corrections Corporation of America. This is the Congressional Black Caucus. And there is a lobbyist on your board that represented the Corrections Corporation of America. I'll do a whole another video on that at a later date. So not only do I feel like this endorsement today was deceptive, but it was also divisive because you've now come out and said that the Congressional Black Caucus is putting its weight behind this particular candidate. Whether we like her or not is irrelevant. We're putting our weight behind her. Well, not all of us, just part of us. But that's a nuance that most people won't even catch. They'll just hear the Congressional Black Caucus and we'll ride with that. Okay, cool. So here's a couple questions. One, who does the Congressional Black Caucus actually represent? Because the people that I heard that are lobbying on your behalf, they don't represent my values. They don't represent most people who are African American that I know. They don't represent their values either. So who exactly are they benefiting? All right, that's question one. Question 2. What exactly is the African American community going to get from Hillary Clinton as a result of you endorsing her in February? What exactly are we going to get that you felt that it was so necessary to throw your weight behind her? We'll figure that out. And so my final question is, what exactly are you getting, Congressional Black Caucus PAC? Because you don't represent the entire body, just a smaller group. What exactly are you guys getting for this endorsement of Hillary Clinton? And I guess a better question is, what exactly am I going to get? Right? I probably know the answer. I'm not going to get anything. You're probably going to get something. And so, who benefits from what you did today? Who really benefits from what the Congressional Black Caucus went out there? You embarrassed yourself because you're showing the community that you're not advocating for them. Where are you on the big issues? And I could run down a list of things right now that I have no idea where the Congressional Black Caucus stands. But I know when you guys are having your party every year, because you guys make that very public. Where are you on the other issues? We're going to have to come back and dive into, these so-called black leaders, quote unquote black leaders. Because from my vantage point, there is no leadership. We don't divide up the black vote in February of an election year. We hold individuals accountable. We say, here's our platform. We're willing to swing our support your way, but here's what we need in return. Because that's how politics works. This is not about friends. This is about an agenda for the people, right? And so I have to question your dedication to the people, because you've essentially split us up already. And so now this is going to be between Hillary and Bernie. How are you going to hold Hillary accountable when you've already swung your support her way? And so I really have questions about who it is that you represent, Congressional Black Caucus, PAC. Who do you actually represent? And what's your rationale for this divide and conquer strategy? So now the media is having a conversation about, well, clearly the black support is behind Hillary. Come on now. Black people. I mean, white people. Everybody. This sort of political gamesmanship, we got to be able to spot that stuff and call it out. We need to hold these people accountable. We need to absolutely hold them accountable. Because guess what? They work for you. They're in Congress. They work for you. You don't work for them. They work for you. We have to do better than this. We absolutely have to do better than this.